Okay, welcome to just an update really to my book and my podcast today. So take care. So I was going to do a video about boarding school, and I have been a bit under the weather the last couple of days, just a bit of a cold. I've got a scout weekend coming up this weekend, so I thought I'd just offer reflection and some updates about my book. So my book, Boarding School Syndrome and Recovery, it has been sent now to Routledge. So that was really quite challenging, I have to say. So I approached them in September, Routledge, who has published other books on the subject of boarding school syndrome with Joy Chavarin, Thurston Bassett, Nick Duffel, Christine Jack. So I reached out to them. They said, in principle, yes, but it would need to be about 100,000 words. So I had 140,000 at the time. So what I have just done over the past 2 months is I have cut down the words to 100,000, but then I had to then read through it to make sense, to make sure that it made sense. So it's like, often I would refer in the book, as I spoke about earlier, which is no longer earlier. So that's really where it's at. I'm waiting to hear back. I've not heard from them, but hopefully this will, I'll probably contact them again today just to check if they've received it, and I'll let you know once I get more information about it. I'll put the link in the bottom if you've not registered your interest for supporting my book, and how you would support it is by buying a copy, but also leaving a review on Amazon. I think that's the main thing, because people go, what's it like? Especially in the first few days of release. The more people I can show Routledge who are interested, the better, because that's what book sales, selling books is about nowadays. Is they want to know, well, what's your audience? So I've got about 100 so far, I've said. So hopefully by the time I go to publish, it will be probably up to about 200, or hopefully 500, something like that. But I've got some work to do. Speaking with a friend who I was at Christ Hospital with last night, and I was just sharing some of the excerpts that I put in the book, drawing also from my diary here. And this is my 11-year-old diary, and also was reading from this. This was a diary that was we were 11, 12, I think, at the time, and the housemaster dictated to us our diary. So notice the amount of control. So he dictated to us what we should write in it, rather than our own reflections. So that's been really useful to draw upon and put into my book. So update about my podcast. Tomorrow I've got the community director, so he's one of the main people in charge of the Mankind Project, which is a rites of passage organisation, a charity based in the UK. And they kind of do amazing work. A lot of the people from the Mankind Project have set up separate projects like Journeyman, Band of Brothers, working with young offenders, with teenage boys who were really struggling. Really a great organisation. So I'm speaking to him tomorrow. Hopefully speaking to Joy Chavarin before Christmas. Just need to reach out to her. I'll also be hopefully reaching out to Richard Beard to see if he wants to come on the podcast. I've definitely got Rod Boothroyd coming back to speak about the magician archetype in January, so that's all booked in. So starting to book more people in. If you think of people you'd love me to speak to who kind of in the field of trauma, boarding school, please do let me know. So that's where it's at. So yes, if you want to support the book, it is, please do go to my website, just put your email address in, and then I can say to Routledge, I have 100 names of people who will buy it. and they will go and leave reviews on Amazon and share it. It's like, yeah, I feel, as I was sharing with my friend last night who was at Christ Hospital, he says, this is just ripe. It's just so time. More things are kind of coming to the fore. I got someone shared an article with me last week that the Nazi Party in the 30s, they were setting up these schools. They found that the Hitler Youth wasn't really working, so they wanted to set up these residential schools to brainwash them. So where did they come? They came to our institutions, our boarding schools. And it's like, oh my God, the more we dig, it's like there's a lot of healing which needs to happen here. So I'm feeling very passionate about this. So please do share this message. And yeah, maybe I'll go into more depth about the link between the Nazi Party and boarding schools, because I think that would probably it's a fascinating subject. So thank you for your help, and yeah, take care. Blessings.